evening, and welcome to the Society, our weekly Vaesen RPG campaign. My name is Loki, and I will be your game master for these dark and thrilling tales. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to this, the fourth episode of Chapter 3, and I hope that we delight, fright, and intrigue you with mystery and adventure. So without further ado, let's meet our cast.
Hi, I am Sarah and I play Elster Jensen, the Forest Ranger.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm playing Maximilian Fjarbach, the paranormal investigator.
I am Jack. I'm playing Lieutenant Colonel Bartholomew Seaton, the officer.
Hi, I'm Gus. I'm playing Morton Thorsby, the servant.
We have a number of people we would like to thank for all the resources and contributions they have provided to tonight's episode. The links should appear in the Twitch chat or in the details below if you're catching up on our YouTube.
Our visual tabletop tonight, and also as always, is the incredible Roll20, featuring their dynamic lighting feature, inbuilt character sheets, and virtual dice rollers. Go check them out at roll20.net. In addition, our battle maps were created using dungeon fogs and all the amazing assets over there.
Character art was created by the extremely talented Zhuzha, who you should go and check out on Instagram at ZhuzhaUK. That's ZSUZSAUK. Our game tokens and dice roller tokens come from the Vaesen RPG rulebook by Free League and from the amazing artist Johan Egerkrans.
Music and ambient sounds throughout the stream come from Tabletop Audio and Kevin McLeod and Incomp Tech, all provided via the Roll20 Jukebox. You can check both these amazing artists out via their website at tabletopaudio.com and incomptech.com.
Yay! We did it! Well done, guys! Let's head straight over to that intro video. Hello, and welcome back after our intro video. It's been a while. It has been a while. We had our Halloween special episode last week, and then the week before we had a little break as I was on holiday. So it's been a while. So let's do ourselves a recap, shall we? Our intrepid adventurers continued their exploration and investigation of the dock town of Flekkefjord, still in the search for the author of the rather ominous letter that they had received at their headquarters, a letter that pleaded for immediate assistance. Still unable to find the author, although now with a handful of clues to investigate, our brave souls met up with the new Gothi of the town, a one Kato Yulson, over at the Bay, a group of standing stones that have been tended to and visited by the village folk since memory begins. Still with more questions than answers, the members of the society return to the Mermaid Inn, where they seek refreshment and food to mull over the mysteries of the day and to plan their next steps. During their meal and during the drinks of the evening and the conversation, they receive a rather ominous note. The author of this note is again a mystery, as it was left behind the bar. We rejoin those brave souls in the Mermaid as they reel from the rather urgent note that warns them that they are all in danger.
Oh, you forgot as well that Flekkefjord is actually known for its dogging sites and mysterious bushes.
Oh, that was quick. That's the quickest so far. Yes.
We've been live for 16 minutes and 52 seconds, and 10 of those minutes were the starting soon.
We set the new record!
I can't. How am I to tell
We
stories
challenge
with this level of
chapter 4.
smart? I can't.
We challenge chapter 4 to do better.
That's it. I quit. I can't work under these conditions.
Yeah, sure. It's not like you usually instigate this in every other game.
I am being called out and dragged through the mud this evening. Right, let me get GM pen here.
Oh god.
Sarah's character must die. Underlined. Exclamation marks. Slam pen.
Yeah.
Okay, so we return to our brave souls sat around the table who have just received this rather ominous letter, warning them of their impending danger.
I mean, first question is, do we recognize the writing? Is it, for example, similar to Roll's and the note that we received?
It is not. It is not similar to the letter that you previously received.
I think I'd ask the Colonel. Did they say who they recognised who delivered the note? Or did you ask?
You know, I don't believe I asked. The panic of getting the letter itself, I wanted to bring it here first.
Maybe we should see if the bartender remembers who might have brought it in and maybe when, even.
Yeah.
Did you manage to find out if the person had actually stayed here previous to us?
I am here to ask the questions. When I approach and
Oh,
ask for any
of course.
messages, deep into
You had one job. One job.
I have
Well-
multiple jobs.
Don't get me wrong. Life, I think he was on the right path in warning us.
We don't want to risk multitasking. We'll get it all wrong.
Yeah, send
Have you been talking
Elstrad.
to my wife?
Of service. I mean,
That was caught online. You are in terrible danger.
You see a snipper fly this way, just ignore it.
Slipper, the rest of the cake flies at your face.
And the kitchen.
Yeah.
Connection interrupted.
Just never come back from the break. I'll just put your character art over the top of the overlay and we'll just pretend nothing's happened.
Okay, well, me. I'm gonna go to the barman and ask him if he remembers when the note was delivered and by whom.
Alright.
With a bit of more like charm instead of what the fuck.
I shall join you.
Yeah, seeing as he seems to have taken a shining to you.
Yeah. Please put the charm on.
When you get to the bar, the barman is busy just wiping glasses with a cloth and putting them back onto the into their shelves behind the bar.
Yep.
And he looks up, smiles, and says, "More drinks already?"
Actually, we will need some information first.
Sure. Ask away.
You gave the colonel a note that was left for us. Do you by any chance remember when that happened or whom delivered it?
No, I don't think I do. I mean, I wasn't working behind the bar when it arrived. It was just tucked into the guest book.
And that didn't alarm me?
No. Many people receive letters, notes, bills, all sorts of things while they're staying here. The port and the docks are a busy place, so, notes, letters.
And how do you know it was addressed to us? Was it addressed to the room? Was it addressed to a specific name?
I believe it was addressed to the room, or maybe specifically to you. I mean, it was on the envelope.
What's written on the envelope?
So the envelope has got written the room numbers?
That's even creepier. And the name would have been better. Room number is creepier.
I mean, I'm assuming it was what you were expecting to receive.
No, I was expecting to receive a package from Town Hall.
No, I don't think we've had a package from Town Hall. Is everything okay?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was just wondering, as you know, it's not signed.
Oh, probably one of the dock workers. They very rarely sign everything. They just assume you know.
That makes sense.
Do you know if anybody was at the bar at the Hill this afternoon when the message would have possibly been received? Anybody that could remember? Seriously, it's never nice not being able to respond in kind to messages.
Give me a minute. I'll go and ask in the kitchen if anyone remembers.
Thank you so much.
He wanders off through the door, and as he walks through the door, you hear him sort of start asking the question.
I'm glad you thought that.
I mean, you see like Elstrid kind of like tapping her foot, like in a very I'm pissed kind of way. Or pissed off. What's the difference? Is it pissed or pissed off? As a meaning of angry. Either?
Look.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep, both work. Interchangeable.
English is weird, people.
The more you know.
Okay, so after a few minutes, the barman reappears and he says, "No, I'm afraid not. It would seem either the note was delivered while we were both busy, or we just don't remember. Which is rather odd, really. I would have thought that one of us would have seen, but
Can I insight check him?
you
It's
can
not insight, but
indeed.
it's not.
It is observation. It is
Thank
an
you.
Observation check.
Yay!
That's a good start.
Yes.
He genuinely is telling the truth. He does seem quite confused as to like how this letter has managed to make its way into the book for it to be given to you guys, and no one seems to know who delivered it or how it got there.
I wish I could do an Arcana check. Okay.
I mean, is it unclear? I would have assumed it would be doc paperwork. I know that you had been inquiring about business transactions.
No, it was just a note, specifically, it's just a message from somebody. So that's why the curiosity of who left it.
Well, how mysterious.
Indeed.
Well, I'm sorry I can't be of more help.
Well, no, you've been plenty of help. Thank you. I think I'm gonna go back to the table because there's not much else we can do here.
I'll stay here and order another round of drinks.
Yeah.
I'll bring them
Yeah.
to the table. You go sit down. I'll bring them over.
Thank you. On a side thing, we've been trying to get back in contact with my old work colleagues, from years ago from sailing. Have you ever heard of a man called Erasmus? Erasmus Grimswood.
Yes. No, I'm afraid not.
Oh. Actually, he from the information I've been able to find out, he owned the house where Lillian, the seamstress, now resides.
Oh. Well. I'm sorry, I don't recall the name at all.
I was hoping that after his interactions had finished here, I might have stayed here for a little while. That's a shame. It seems that seems I've gone cold at the moment in that trail.
Oh, well, good luck finding your colleague, did you say?
He was an acquaintance a long time ago aboard one of the ships I was on. And hearing his name, or seeing his name in one of the old books at Town Hall, I thought, I'll see if I can have a man that I knew from the past give me some information about the town, but he seems to have up and vanished.
Well, I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance. I mean, I do wish you luck on your search.
Thank you. Kindly. If you happen to know anyone who might know anything, that falling into our direction would be much appreciated.
Yes, of course, absolutely.
You're counting a good man. Also, I do have a little bit of a curiosity with that ship that has risen in the bay. I kind of like want to lean a little bit closer to him. Is there any sailor here crazy enough to sail me a little bit closer?
Ooh, I'm not sure. Most of the sailors here seem to be too superstitious to be going anywhere near it. You could definitely ask around the docks, though.
I wouldn't want to stir superstition. As you know, these individuals can be the superstitions. If word got out that I wanted to get closer, the sailors might not like it. I wouldn't want a ruckus being caused here in your very inn through a slip of the tongue on my part.
It's very kind of you, but I mean, I can't imagine it would cause too much of
I would hope not,
ruckus
and that's why I came
inquiring.
to you. Well, that is why I inquired of you first. If I inquired with the wrong person and their superstitions ran deep, for all I know, they believe that someone sailing out to it might not be the best thing. You know, try and stop me by whatever means necessary. That being the case, I'd much rather inquire with you than some sailors
I
who,
don't- Can't imagine them picking up their harpoons and fish nets to stop you.
I should hope not.
I mean, it is just a wreck after all that has come up with the changing of the tide.
Thank you. Once again. And I'll pay for the drinks.
Please, I will bring them over when they're ready.
Thank you. And I'll head back to the table.
Did you manage to find out anything?
Sadly, very little. He does not know who Rasmus is. Did not even realize he lived here, from all accounts.
How strange.
We're missing something. Like, he arrived, we're still assuming that Rasmus is the person we're looking for. And then they leaves the house, and now they're not here anymore, and nobody knows.
Is there anyone nearby the table, Loki?
No, you've got two sailors sitting at the table nearby, but there's no one sort of really close.
Are they trying to listen into our conversation, or do they appear to be?
You can give me a vigilance check.
Oh, Jack's rolling lots.
I know, right?
You what? To whom have you been praying?
Lewis.
No, the two sailors don't look like they are listening in. They look like they are deep in their own sort of quite private conversation. They're talking in hushed voices.
Which bushes are good around the town?
I'd like to lean in a bit closer to the group and say, if the letter was unseen in the placement on the counter, there is another explanation for why the individual was not seen by the people here.
Yes.
We could be getting a message from somewhere else.
My question, though, is starting to... How they knew the room number.
Exactly. Who
That
knows we're here?
I mean,
room we're
we mentioned that we're staying at the Mermaid to a few people, like at the town hall, to send us the documents that still haven't arrived. Or we mentioned it to the seamstress. There feels like there's something or someone, I don't know, pulling some strings that we are not seeing yet.
Perhaps we are not supposed to see them.
Oh, I totally agree with that. But as you know, I don't like being told no.
Well, the only other person we haven't spoken to yet is the dockmaster. Miller. Max, I feel that you should lead that one. In talking to her. She's been to the shrine every day for the last 10 years. You can you have more knowledge with those kind of dealings than myself.
This is true.
I wouldn't want to do anything that offended.
I can but try.
We also need to investigate the ship much closer, I think.
Agreed.
Agreed, yes. Yeah. How that helps. Not entirely sure how that helps our cause of finding.
Sorry, Luke, for reference, how far away is the ship from the... within the bay from us now?
It isn't super close. It's close enough that it is very visible. Like, it's very noticeable. This strange sort of carcass really reaching out of the waves. You can see it from everywhere in the town, but it's not so close. So like you would need to get a rowboat minimum, and it would be a fair row out into the water. So
I was thinking when I say that.
Like, you know, it didn't sink in the port. It sank like out in the water.
Do we feel that we could do it? Or would Morton think that actually between us we could probably row ourselves out there?
Between all of you, that shouldn't be a problem. However, you have repeatedly been told that there are very peculiar currents and tides out there in the water. And this is one of the reasons Fleckenfjord is so successful, is because navigating safely is very difficult.
We need that sea dog.
We need somebody who knows these waters.
Or lots of luck.
What brilliant dice rolls.
Yeah. The thing is, since we stayed here the first night, and the nightmare on the boat, and yes, history behind us, but also it could possibly be the next step. I think we need to investigate more, and we need to know what we're dealing with. Also, if somebody of the society was here, not too long ago, but sometime, still kind of around the same time of the ship appearing, I think it's not that big of a leap, discussing the fact that they would have tried going there to investigate it, to see if it's anything Vaesen related. That would be actually a question to ask, if either to other sea dogs, if anybody recently asked to go see it, or if they noticed somebody trying to go there. Because that's certainly something that will stay in the memory of the village, of the city. Town? Town, let's go with town.
You pick, and we'll go.
There is also the argument of, with having the dream, whatever entity allowed us to share the dream might want us to go to the ship and might help us get there.
Or, you know, maybe the reason why we're in danger.
Yes. It could
It's
have.
arguments both ways.
It could have been a trap. I hope not.
I can't deny that the idea of going out on the water does not best thrill me.
Well, if you don't want to, you can always stay on land. Nobody should be forced into doing something they don't want to.
And leave you three alone. That's not happening.
Go wrong. And as I like throw my arms up, I knock 3 drinks over.
I feel the same case in point would be obsolete.
Fair.
You see the barman approaching with a tray of drinks, and he puts all the drinks out on the table, smiles at the Colonel, and then makes his way back behind the bar.
I'm assuming he's putting the drinks much far away as he can from Max.
I am now.
Okay.
And it's evening time now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting quite late now.
So we're not going. Well, we're not going to be travelling out this evening now, are we? We'll try to find someone in the morning.
And the cover night, if people are looking for us from us staying out of the ship, might be better. But I am concerned about the currents.
I think trying to get ourselves to the ship under the cover of night is going to be much more difficult.
Yeah.
Whether we do it ourselves or whether we manage to get somebody to take us.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be our, worst case scenario, last chance. If nobody, then we try. But we need to, I think first we need to try to find somebody that can help. And yeah, I think daytime will be easier. Okay.
So
Wait, maybe we could go to the dockmaster tonight, now, before we retire for the evening, just to see whether she's still around anyway, and maybe do we ask the dockmaster whether they would know of anybody that maybe could take us out there? Do that this evening and then try and get it organised for the morning.
Yes. Maybe.
Give me a moment. And Max is just gonna leap up from the table and head to the door just to see if to open up the door. If I can, please.
Yes, of course. You caught me off guard. I wasn't ready to open the door for you.
Is the dock? I'm guessing this is the dock master place. Does it look like anybody's there?
Yes.
Perfect. Then Max is gonna run back in.
For a moment, I was like, okay, I'm gonna follow you because split the party.
We've done it once. It's fine. We're still here.
I'm pretty sure Max is still the character that doesn't know what type of movie they are in.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. It looks like they're still there next door. If we want to finish our drinks first, obviously.
finish our drinks and
So, I feel like, okay, let's chug.
at least we can get ourselves an appointment for tomorrow if she is busy.
Precisely.
Yes, that would be the best approach, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Chuck. I'm gonna just drink my drink down, put it down, and then stand up. Are we ready?
Yes. As Max tries to emulate what's going on around him.
I'm sorry, a brandy could not be down.
Okay, if you want to stay here, I can go with Max.
You can always bring it with you. They don't have a no glass rule outside.
No, I had not thought of that. It'd be quite nice to enjoy a brand new cigar outside. Yes, I'm down for that.
You can also smoke inside. No smoking laws don't come in for another 150 years.
How did you know that? Is the sea air still?
Indeed. Huddle at the door.
We want to go outside and play.
Everybody just pushes out. Perfect.
Far out.
You just imagine the colonel being the last one out, like brandy in one hand, cigar in the other, looking for a light. Kind of like, does a sailor want to light me up?
Elstrad is keeping an eye out for the two guys that were following us. I don't know if that's those two guys, but the two guys that were following us back at the seams.
They've been there the whole time.
They have. They've not moved a muscle all that time we've sat there.
I hope they're not paid well, but paid well for whatever it is they are doing.
Morton wants to be the same. He's just keeping an eye out for people
Yeah.
that might be following, just trying to sort of scout out that people might be just watching our activities.
Yeah. Elstrad is also looking out for Victor, because even if he looked like a very nice, helpful man, something is not quite right there either.
He might get you with a pitchfork.
I mean, that happened last time we went somewhere.
Max is going to walk up to the door and is going to... I don't know if that came through, but I tried to knock.
Knock. It's a few minutes. Like, you're kind of left hanging for a little while.
That's alright. Max is just like bopping to the music that doesn't exist in his head.
Yeah. Okay. It's a little while before before the door opens. It is opened by a woman in rather practical and sensible looking clothing. She opens it and she says, "What are you laughing at?"
I'm really sorry. So if you could just click on, if you're zoomed out and you click on Max and look at the token of the lady, where the little blue dot goes, it looks like she's wearing a face mask
Honestly.
on my screen.
Honestly. The door opens, and this woman, rather sensibly dressed, very practically dressed woman, says, We're closed. If you need assistance, come back in the morning."
I'm very sorry. I just noticed somebody was around and thought we'd inquire. My name is Max. I'm going to assume that yours is Camilla?
Yes, the dockmaster.
Perfect.
As I said, we are closed for the evening.
That's not a problem. What time do you open in the morning?
The first light, pretty much. Many of the sailors want to get out nice and early.
Would 10, 11 be okay with you? Brunchish?
Pat Max on the shoulder. First light will be fine.
Yes, Max.
Yes.
But
Is there anything in particular that you are...
Possible
when you're here
transportation.
right now, what is it that you would like to meet? Are you planning a voyage, receiving a delivery, shipment, outbound, inbound, cargo run?
we're looking to procure a vessel and potential sailor to take us to the wreck.
Ah. Fair enough. I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with
We're new in town.
places. Yes, I was about to
Yes,
say you must be.
My apologies, lady. Where are our manners? I am Lieutenant Colonel Bartholomew Seaton. And then I'll gesture over to this is Max Felberg. We have S. Jensen and Morton Thorsby.
Pleased to meet you.
You're staying next door, aren't you?
Yes, yes. We've been in town a couple of days now.
I'm gonna have to I'll have to book you in. I'll book you an appointment. Does that sound so?
Absolutely.
Darn it! I didn't bring my diary down here. And you see, she kind of looks around like there's got to be like pen or paper. Do you know what? Come in. We might as well run up to the office. I can take your details, write it in the diary, and if I should check out. Really, it is rather too late, and I should go home. Come in.
Okay.
Is she acting suspicious or just?
No, she's already walking away. Like she's sort of waved and is now kind of walking away. Close the door behind you.
Max is gaily following, so.
Yeah, I didn't doubt that.
Like my kind of kindred spirit.
She leads you into what can only be described as like a large warehouse. It's dimly lit by only kind of two lanterns. And there is a mezzanine floor, so there's one of those this just here. You can see this wooden sort of square. This represents where the mezzanine floor is and the beams that hold it up. She heads straight towards the I'm gonna end up moving that lantern. That lantern.
I've already grabbed it twice.
That lantern. She begins heading right up and heads up the stairs. And then disappears up the stairs.
I'll pull the door closed behind me as I come in.
Okie dokie. Oh no, hang on. Just... Beep. Beep. One moment, caller. I wasn't entirely ready for you to be going on an adventure at night.
On hold music.
I want this and I want this.
Goodness me, it looks like Dolores Umbridge's office.
Ooh, big offense. I don't trust the lady any now.
Gosh, the rudeness.
Went from being she's a lovely lady to she's evil.
Okay, how many cats' portraits are on the wall?
Hundreds of cat portraits adorn the walls with pink chintz and doilies and a teapot. No, it's not that at all.
Yeah, we're filled with pink sugar.
Oh, good.
There is, as you go up the stairs, this mezzanine floor has been converted into an office space. There is a large, there is a really large, very beautiful captain's desk that's clearly been like rescued off of a ship or something. So it's really long, really beautiful polished wood. There is and it's
Polished
covered-
wood?
Polished wood, yeah. And it's covered in papers. There's like there's waybills, manifests, shipping logs, maps, all sorts of things scattered about. There are two kind of big chests of drawers they're the really long, thin drawers that that hold lots of paperwork. And on the wall behind her is a very large nautical map of Flekkefjord, and you can see with pins and different coloured threads. There's like shipping ways have been mapped out.
Mm-hmm.
She sits down at her desk, rummages around in the paperwork, and pulls out a small leather-bound book, and she grabs out a pencil, and she says, "Right, sorry, you're gonna have to remind me. You are coming at first light. Is that
Whenever you can fit us in. If it's later than first light, that's not an issue.
Well, later would be better. We're normally quite early in the morning signing out all the shipping paperwork for the ships departing. So a little later would be fine."
Oh,
So-
however, we would like to be heading out tomorrow, though, if that would make a difference. If we could maybe charter something quicker.
We may need to charter something in the afternoon. We can see if we can garner passage on a shipping vessel once it's returned from the morning fish.
Absolutely.
Okay, well in that case then, let me put you in for 9 o'clock.
Yes, I'm sure we can manage that. Can't we, Max?
Just, yes.
Yes, good.
Paddy can play an amazing wake-up call.
On bugle and everything.
Can I get a stamina? Is it stamina? I've just said stamina, and I might just be making that up completely.
Yeah.
From whom?
Is it stamina? It is not stamina, it's force in Vaesen. Can I get a force roll from everyone?
Oh my.
Force roll.
Oh. Morton's the only one that's actually gotten success there.
Okay, lovely, thank you.
Why
Because
did
Jack took all the good rolls.
So
Yeah.
she starts signing you into this book. Max, Elstrid, and the Colonel. You start feeling very tired, like the day is catching up on you. And while you're talking to this, to Camilla, she looks up at you all, and there's a little bit of concern flashes over her face. She looks at Morton and says, "So it'll be the 4 of you at 9 o'clock to garner passage on a fishing vessel, hopefully going to the wreckage." Is that
And my dog.
correct?
That is correct, yes.
And my dog.
Okay, lovely.
counts as passenger?
And what was everybody's names again?
My name is Maximilian Fjellbach.
Lieutenant Colonel Bartholomew Seaton.
Elstrid Jensen.
And I'm Morton Thorsby.
As you say your names, and as this woman records you in her diary, Max, Elstrid, Colonel. This isn't just tiredness. This isn't the tiredness of the day catching up on you. This is something else. And as you come to this realization, you blink. Eyelids that feel like lead.
Do I need to roll for Scadi as well?
No, you do not. The
Scadi's
room-
awake.
Yep, Scaddy is awake. The room around you just kind of fades to black. Morton, you watch as your 3 companions just sort of collapse gently onto the ground. Camilla gets up very quickly and she says, "Oh my goodness, is everything all right?"
Well, this is not the normal behaviour of my 3 friends to just pass out. So no, I don't think everything is all right. Do people normally fall asleep in your presence?
Well, no, they normally do not. We should, and she's come round from her desk to stand near you. We should. Are you sure they've fallen asleep? And she kneels down next to Max as if she's checking to see if he's okay.
Can I keep a very good eye on her as she's kneeling down to make sure she doesn't do anything untoward?
Hypodermic full of cyanide.
And does she? Can I do whatever it is, an observation check? Is she actually concerned?
Yeah, you can give me an observation check.
I feel like Scud is like growling in her direction at the moment.
Were our drinks spiked?
She does
3
seem,
out of 4?
she does seem genuinely concerned. She looks up at you and she says, "Well, aren't you going to do anything, man? Maybe you should get some help, or do you want me to go and I shall leave you here with your friends?"
Yes, I would be more comfortable if you could find. You probably know somebody. Be able to find somebody who'll be able to help quicker than I am, as I am not really particularly well versed with the town.
She gets up and brushes off her knees, and you see she hurries towards the stairs and down, and you hear her footsteps clap, 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 clap on the wooden floor as she leaves the warehouse, where she has her office.
While she's gone, I'm going to try and shake them awake.
Shake and bake.
Kneel down next to Colonel, shake him, and then try and sort of sit him up against the wall and give him a shake, couple of slaps round the cheek.
Tell him that he spilled his brandy. That might do it.
Go on, man. You do need your brandy, and you need your cigars gone out. Come on, wake yourself up, man. Does this seem to have any effect, or is he fast asleep?
No, like gone, like completely gone.
I shall sit him against the wall, and then I shall move on to Elstrad. I won't be quite so slap round the face. It's just shake her around the shoulders.
Don't worry, if you're not doing it, Scuddy, who hasn't had her night walk yet, she's probably like just pushing and like licking my face, trying to wake me up. Or, I mean, last resort, she's just like not biting, but like nibbling.
Yeah. And I'll sit you also up against the wall to see what's going on, and then I'll move on to Max and do the same to Max. We'll try and make Max up. And if there's no action, I'll I don't know what I'll do. Just sit you all up comfortably against the wall.
While you're doing this, you hear the door open and the sounds of hurrying feet going through the warehouse. And you hear people coming up the stairs. The first person who comes up the stairs is Camilla, the dockmaster again. And she comes up the stairs. You've moved them all to like against the walls.
Yes, I've shifted them about so they're sat up against walls. Yeah, so.
Okay. So up against the walls. Camilla comes. She sort of hurries up the stairs, and she says, "I've brought some help." And she moves further into the room as help arrives in the form of 2 very burly-looking dock workers who come up the stairs. One of them immediately kind of goes towards the colonel. The other one kind of stands in the stairwell. She turns to look at you, Morton, and then she says, "Well, what has happened here?"
What do you mean, madam?
Well, I'm wondering why you are not on the floor like the rest of your colleagues.
Well, I cannot cannot really say. I'm not entirely sure why they have collapsed. And I don't feel so tired. It's only when we came in here. My assumption there's something in here that's affected us.
It's a shame that it hasn't affected you. It would have been much easier if it hadn't done.
That's what I thought, yes.
You will
So-
come quietly, won't you? Please don't cause a scene.
I think it probably would be wise of me to come quietly. I don't want
Yes.
anything else to happen to my friends. Or
Very-
yourself, particularly.
Very wise of you. Indeed. And she turns and looks at one of these big burly dock workers and she just kind of motions in your direction. He gets up from checking on the colonel and walks around the desk to kind of come up behind you, and he quite firmly gets hold of your arm.
I'm not going to resist.
Well, it's very gentlemanly of you, I must say, to not cause a scene in my office. I am sorry that you aren't unconscious like your friends. It would have made the situation much easier. But maybe that can be rectified. And she just kind of nods, and you feel a very sharp, brunt bash to the back of the head, and the whole room goes dark.
And good night.
Yeah, and we're
That's it. We're all done for the evening.
and we're all done. That's it.
the end of the story. There is the sound of dripping. It's cold. And the floor is hard and damp.
Ugh.
As your mind slowly begins to return from a nothingness, it begins picking out small sensations, one at a time, as your senses reboot. The sound is the first thing that reappears. Dripping. But a deep, unsettling quiet. Something is missing. You cannot hear the waves. The creaking of the ships. The clanking of the rigging. The sound of seabirds. Just dripping. It's cold. And you are uncomfortable on the hard floor. Are you laying down? Are you sitting up? You're not sure. It smells musty. It reminds you of the smell you have in a basement or a cellar. There's that very gentle, almost mouldy smell, but not quite. Slowly, one by one, you flicker open your eyes, bleary-eyed and disorientated. It takes you a moment to work out where you are. In a very small patch of light, adrift in a sea of darkness. One by one, you awaken.
We have all our equipment on us still.
You
Has
have
that been
all
stripped
your
of us?
clothes, but all of your, like, guns, knives, like, all of your equipment is gone, your money is gone. You have literally been stripped clear and just put down here in just your clothes.
Is Scotty here?
No.
So I don't have my crystal ball either.
No crystal ball.
they
No dog.
touched my
Just
dog.
you.
The dog is strung up somewhere, turned into stew.
Or should I say Mike?
It's not Halloween this week, you know.
Yeah, that would have been good
It's
for Alien.
horror, but not that kind of horror.
If they touch my dog, they're dead. I mean, they're dead anyway. But
Yeah. Morton will
Touch my rifle
apologise.
without asking. They're
Yeah.
dead.
Morton said, "I'm sorry. You all passed out. I could not fight them. I had to just allow us to be taken.
of course, but what the heck was that?
I don't know what you all passed out at the same time, and it was something to do with Camilla.
That's all the drink.
In that case, she must have been aware or was able to spike our drinks while we were.
Yeah.
And maybe that second round of drinks, possibly,
Perhaps
where we were not. We didn't see them. He came to the table, didn't he?
It might have been the barkeep.
Hmm.
He did seem very friendly.
Maybe too friendly.
Is this sort of like the outway, like door?
No, it's bars.
Is there like a opening somewhere, even on the roof ceiling?
No, this is like an old jail.
Okay.
Like it's 3 stone walls, a flat stone floor with a drain, and a stone ceiling. And there's one wall is just bars, like old prison bars.
Okay.
But
There must be an opening ish, even if it's closed.
Like
obviously.
there's like in the prison bars, there'd be like a patch that would open and close. But you are like, there is a like an old, like jail padlock on the bars.
Okay, I am just going straight for that. You know, the only side that actually allows us some view, and I'm shouting, "Where is Scotty? Where is my dog?"
Your voice echoes out into the darkness.
looking through the bars, can we see anything beyond? Is it, or is it just we can see darkness? There's nothing we can see, make out in that darkness.
There is a lantern that's in here with you, and that is the only source of light.
I'm assuming there is no a thing like a lock or anything. There must be a latch or something that opens the
It's
bars.
a big padlock that is locking the door shut. So it's like a latch with a, like how you can slide a big deadbolt and put it down and then lock it with a padlock. It's that.
Okay. I am gonna try to climb as high as I can with the bars, and then I try to kick it if I can reach it.
Yeah. These bars are they are thick, they are heavy, and they are in the floor and the ceiling. Like they go in, like they were built into this building, wherever you are. You hammer your feet into the iron bars. The sound of the padlock clanging echoes out through the room.
Is the excuse me, is the lantern movable?
Yes.
In this room. And is it? I take it that the lantern is
it's
a burning
like
lantern.
It's a burn. It's just a. It looks just like one of the lanterns from the dock or the bar, or like it's just any old.
Does it feel like we are on a building on land, or does it feel like we are on a boat?
You're not rocking.
Okay.
But it feels underground. It's got that cold, damp.
Not a boat? That's the only thing.
Not a boat.
Mm-mm. Is there anything that here in the room? Because I see sort of like a, I don't know, bedding situation, I'm gonna say.
There's like an old pallet bed and a bucket.
Have a look at the stonework. Is there any kind of symbols or anything on it? Thinking that if our friend that we're looking for potentially was here, he might have tried to leave something behind.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Good question.
Give me a. Oh, that's a tricky one. Give me an investigation check. It's got to be an investigation.
Can we help?
Oh, god damn it!
Well,
I mean, if you kind of see the Colonel searching around, then...
I mean, once the Colonel starts doing it, I guess we're all looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
Can we all roll investigation?
Whoever has the highest investigation can roll, and you get a +1 because everyone's helping.
I have 2.
I have
I got
1
3.
plus logic, so I have 3.
Oh yeah, I got 7.
I think we should let the servant do it.
Yeah, I'm at 6.
Right, so I get a +1 because people are helping.
+1 because you're getting assisted. Yes. Yes.
Oh, the chat can help. Oh, wow.
Bloody hell!
There are all my successes for the rest of the evening gone.
Can you keep them? Can you keep them for the rest? You just need
Slide
one.
a few to the one side.
If you so this was an investigation check, wasn't it? So if you roll more successes than required, the game master decides whether you find more clues, understand the context, or simply enjoy the satisfaction of a job well done.
Job well done.
Oh.
There is.
I mean, he is looking for that. He's looking for a way out. So, there's multiple successes for the multiple things he's looking for.
Morton.
Yes.
This is not the first time that you've been incarcerated in the various jobs that you've had in your past. You are definitely underground. There's no doubt about it. The humidity, the temperature, the dripping. This is something built in the foundations of a building, like a cellar or a basement. It's been here a long time, so you're probably right near the dock. Because the Fleckerfjord dock is like the first thing that sprung up. There are a lot of telltale signs in the stonework that you are not the first occupants. That there have been many before you who have tried to work out some way of escaping.
Do I see any evidence? I guess I see evidence of people trying to break locks, or
There is this evidence on the padlock, on the bars, on the stonework. Like, you can see people have tried to dig a bar to see how deep the bars go. So they've tried to bring up the mortar between the stones and see if they can get underneath. You can see people have attacked the edges of the wall to see if they can, if I could dig a hole, I might be able to squeeze between the wall and the bars. You can see repair jobs in a few of these places. And you can see in some, there was not enough progress made to warrant a repair job.
where the repairs are they? Do they seem very sturdy repairs? Good repairs?
Yes, they do. Wherever you are, these people... This was clearly built as a prison of some description, and has been very well maintained and well used.
About trying to do Pirates of the Caribbean. What kind of hinges has the door got?
Sure.
So these are heavy set. These are heavy set hinges, and these would have been the hinge on the bars would be a pin, and the hinge on the doors is the... I can't believe I'm doing this action in front of
Is the socket?
Is the socket. Now, in your looking at this, you know that you probably could pry the door. Like, if you put a lever underneath and levered it upwards, you could take the door off of its hinges. Well, the bars off of their hinges. However, they sit into the ironwork. So there's bars, and then there's like a square by the wall.
Yeah.
And then bars above it. So it's where it is shut, you couldn't pry it because it's got bars above it that are holding it in place.
Is the lantern? Has the lantern got oil in it?
Yeah, it's lit. It's the only thing lighting you. And it's just a normal lantern with a little handle, like you could move it around. Yeah.
Does it come apart at all?
It
Can we
would
get-
do, but you wouldn't. You're going to want to blow it out in order to try and take it apart, so you don't accidentally set fire to the oil in it. Like, you wouldn't want to start trying to take it apart and then suddenly ignite the oil inside it, because then you'd all be trapped inside a burning cage.
Yeah.
What is the ceiling made out of?
Stone.
Bolts.
Is the pallet, the bedding place made out of, I don't know, wood or anything that is
Made out
like,
of pallets.
well, I don't know what that means.
Oh,
Oh. So, goods are delivered on top of wooden pallets. They're
Okay.
slatted wood.
Okay.
Um,
Are there any that are like thin ones, or is it just big transportable things?
it's the same in Italian. I can't help you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get the I get what you're talking about. I'm just trying to understand because there's multiple types, multiple shapes, multiple sizes. I'm
So
trying to see if there's anything that is
Probably the rectangular
it's
ones.
been converted into like a
prison beds.
bed.
Good.
No, one bed. It's just one.
Of course. It's not really a
and it's like straw and stuff has sort of all been used to basically provide you with not being on the floor in the cold and the damp.
There's 4 of us.
Yeah.
Somebody will still be on the stone floor.
There's nowhere near enough space on there for all of you.
Did you say there was a drain in the floor as well?
There is a drain in the floor, yes.
How
big is it?
Not big enough to go in.
Big enough to squat on.
Big enough that
Boys.
if there was big enough that water can run off and not flood the where you are.
Yeah.
You hear
Fine.
clanking and the squeaking of hinges, and you see off in the distance light comes down from the ceiling, revealing a ladder as somebody climbs down the ladder.
It's not that bitch Camilla.
It is not the bitch Camilla. It's the barman.
I cannot say that. My sister's name.
It is.
It's also our queen's name as well.
It is.
I don't care about that. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
It's the barman from the.
It's the
Mermaid.
barman.
I
And
knew he was too friendly.
he walks over, and as he does so, you see barrels lined up on shelves, crates.
We are under the bar.
He could have got our stuff. He could have locked us in our rooms.
And he sits down on some crates.
What's his name?
Well out of reach of the bars.
We know his name. What's his name again?
Feeling I'm going back to episode 1 now.
No, I
Yeah.
feel like flicking through my notes.
Torbion? No. Is it Torbion?
Session 4.
No, that's the old guy.
Vida.
Vida.
Vida?
Yeah.
What was that?
Merchant Inky. Yeah, Vida.
Yep.
Vida or something.
Yep, that's right, Vida.
Okay.
He sits
I-
down on a crate.
I jumped towards the bars, like, where the fuck is my dog?
I knew you would be angry.
Answer the question.
Understatement of the century.
But that doesn't mean you need to lose your manners now.
Please, Vida, can you please tell me where the fuck is my dog?
I don't know where your dog is. Camilla has her. If you're lucky, she'll be tied up in the warehouse. If you're not, she'll be drowning in the water. How do you like the answer? Now,
Get
shall
me
we
out of here and you will see exactly how much I like the answer.
Don't worry, you won't be in here forever.
Where will we be going?
Now, shall we talk cordially?
Where will
'Cause
we be
we've
going?
been such good friends.
Where will we be going?
Out to the bay.
Oh, we get to go to the wreck?
Yes.
Why should I trust any word you're saying right now?
Why?
Give me a reason.
And also, why put us in a cell? We were more than happy to go to the wreck.
Where we were trying to get to.
We considered tricking you to go there. You seemed so desperate on your little quest to find answers. We were almost certain we could just invite you.
Who's we?
Does he have a symbol on him?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
No, we checked that.
We? What do you mean we? All of us.
All of you who?
The whole of the town.
Apart
Where
from
we
that
at?
Cato. That old wet blanket. He's the only one that has spoken out against it, and now look where it's got us.
Oh, so you're killing newcomers to get rich and stuff for your town somehow?
I mean, when you put it like that, it sounds all rather...
Primitive. No.
primitive, yeah.
Primitive.
Primitive. You're kind of close, but really quite far away, which doesn't surprise me.
Then please explain.
We're going to sacrifice you. As we have done every year since this town has existed.
We will be part of the blot, is that correct?
Well, we're a little late now, which is why we've decided that maybe 4 of you would be better than just 1. Ah, now we're getting to the questions. Ethelyn.
GM spelling?
You actually wouldn't know how to spell that.
Yeah, as in me would like to be able to spell that.
It's E-A-I-T-H-E-L-Y-N.
Thanks.
Ethelyn.
It's not how I spelled it at all.
This is why I told you you wouldn't know how to spell it.
It's because they're Irish.
That's oh.
There should be a BH somewhere in there.
Yeah, or, MHB and that one's completely.
Spell Peter.
Yeah.
And now you understand why we
Why?
couldn't just invite you. You know, when you worked out what was going to happen, it would be difficult. Plus, you started snooping around a lot.
Just because we're looking for our friend
Yes,
that was here.
was indeed.
Or have you already sacrificed him as well?
Well, when we found out that he was part of some sort of society, secret organization or something like that, I forget. But when we found out that he was involved in stuff, well, he had to go.
Where is his belongings? Or the belongings that he had?
Everything is given to Ethan.
Does
Even
Who-
my cloaks?
All
The
of
one-
your belongings will be cast into the sea along with you. Ethan will have all of them. It'll be our offering, and she will continue to bring prosperity and joy to the town, as she
If-
has done for hundreds of years.
if this is for the benefit of town, why don't you choose between your own people? If this is such an honor.
Because it's not an honor. None of
I
us
bel-
want to be dragged into the sea and drowned.
And why would you think that it's right for us to be, for anybody to be sacrificed?
I believe they probably started with their own.
Because
They could have kept it that way.
I'll tell you why. 4 people turn up into the town just when we needed them most. We asked you questions. Where did you come from? What are you doing? Where are you going? Do you have friends, family? We asked you all these questions. And what did you say? That you're going on a tour, like a trip, like a holiday, that you were looking for business opportunities. You could be gone for months. You're not even working for a corporation or a business. You're just out here on a personal trip. Months, years even, before people come looking. And if they did come looking, we would just say, yeah, they were here and they stayed a few days and then they boarded a ship. We could tell
And
you
how do you know we are
went
not
anywhere.
actually lying? How do you know we are not actually in contact with people that know that we are here? How do you
And
know that?
If you are, when they come looking, we'll just point you in the direction of the 4 tickets that you arranged to board passage onto the ship leaving for the New World.
As if anybody would believe that about any of us.
To be
Well,
fair,
I mean, you did organise a meeting with the dockmaster to arrange passage on the ship. Your tickets have been provisioned. The town, the crew of the ship, everyone will have the same story. That you were so
What?
excited to go to the New World, you couldn't wait.
what actually happened to the last Gothi?
Hjördis died of old age.
And is the new Gothi with you in these practices?
He said that he's the only one that.
Sadly, not. Hjördis led by an example that inspired all of our hearts. Never has there been such devotion. But this year, our
So-
little Kato got wet feet and decided not to go ahead with the ritual. And now up comes Ethelin's palace as a threat to us all.
Oh,
You know, we could negotiate with Ethelyn
But we
to.
don't need you to negotiate. We just need you to go and join her for all of eternity.
But you might not need to do it anymore. Unless you enjoy it, obviously. She might just
Enjoy is a
bestow it.
strong word.
you just stand it, don't you? You so strong standing the fact that you're gonna sacrifice for people that you really don't care about. Actually, you feel so lucky right now, don't you?
Yeah, you've seen the town. Not a single business has ever failed.
I'll just place my hand onto Elsa's shoulder.
Not a single business has ever failed. Everyone
No.
here is prosperous.
And how much of a tempting offer is that? I mean, I wasn't lying about business opportunities here. My father and I run one of the largest steel companies within Britain.
It is a
And I
shame
have reconnaissance with him weekly. On my letters, on my dealings. He knows I am here, and he knows I am trying to make contact. Why would I want to go to the New World when there's no prospect for me there? It is all well and good you doing all of this, but you fall short of the mark, old man.
Fall short, hit the mark, it doesn't matter. We've been doing this for 1,000 years and we've never been stopped. We've never been caught.
True, that is correct, but you have not been alive for 1,000 years, so your own ignorance
Or
makes you
have
blind.
you? How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
Well, I would put you at about 52.
That's very kind of you. You're not too far away. Give or take a couple of centuries.
I
You
thought
see,
as much.
those of us who are devoted to Ethlin, we just don't age the same way. Prosperous, joyful, longevous. Curdis was here before all of us can remember. She must have been 500. And we just perpetuate the cycle. We pretend to die, we have funerals, we raise ourselves as our own children. It just goes on in this clever little cycle of deception. And anyone that does keep coming back and recognizes us, well,
They're the next to go.
we have created Eden.
Then why the train line?
We need
Why
people to come
invite?
here.
Well, you
Well-
see, over the years, our little town has expanded. We've had to build new houses. More and more ships have come. Eventually, it can be quite tricky to make someone from a ship disappear. You see, ships have rosters. But the train line? Who wouldn't want to come and visit our beautiful, perfect town? You're not the only tourists, you know. We get many. And we just, each year, pick one.
We will stop you and put an end to this. And I'd like to use my strike fear feature.
Ooh, describe to us what strike fear does.
I can strike with fear 1. It counts as a slow action and does not work against Vaesen.
Okie dokie, but it does work
Against humans.
Humans.
I don't know what I need to do. It's in the new book.
You don't need to do anything. Your role. You have done a fear 1 attack, so I need to deal with a fear 1. Who am I? I am
Some weird ancient barman.
Yes.
Was he actually very good at pouring drinks, or is this a
Yeah, no,
relatively
he was
new
good.
profession for him?
No,
Maybe
they've had
300 years
the
is fine.
mermaid for some time.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the last round was not that great, was it?
Yeah.
Just one too many. That's what it was.
The moment I get my hands on him.
Good job you haven't got your gun, really, isn't it?
This is when Luke rolls like 6
Oh, I
successes.
didn't roll anything. Look at that. No
Nope.
successes.
I don't see anything.
It's on. You need to look at the stream because it's a GM only roll.
He recoils from you slightly, taken aback by your slightly serial killer.
I can imagine it's that kind of instead of a Dark Lord, you should have a Queen moment.
I imagine that it's like creepy serial killer, like just sort of out of nowhere, just sort of like gonna kill
Some
you.
lava beans.
Do you know what I mean? And he recoils from you,
Go, man.
almost dropping the candle, like in kind of in this recoilment, and he just stands up, takes a few steps backwards away from you, and he says, "There's a lot of us you've got to try and stop." And then he hurriedly goes like to the ladder, ignoring anything that you say to him. Like he is sort of running scared from Max, who has just done some, some creepy
Voodoo.
creepy serial killer voodoo.
There, I was getting bored of him.
And it leaves you again in your cell with this new information.
Okay.
This is the perfect time to take a break
Yes!
before we get too involved in what you guys do next. It is in the UK. It's 20 to 10. So, how would you like a 15-minute break, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep. We're going to take a 15-minute break. We're going to run off and top up our drinks, get some snacks, roll some hit dice, consumables, and the like. And we will be back in 15 minutes' time, where we discover what on earth our brave souls think about their new predicament. We will see you in 15 minutes.
Does anybody want to learn Italian swear words?
See you in 15. Hello, hello, and we are back from our break, and we are going to go straight back into this prison cell and join our brave souls who have just discovered that this idyllic dock town may not be so idyllic after all, and it would appear that they are the next sacrifices for a mysterious entity known as Ethelyn. So we return to the quiet, dripping, oppressive cellar.
So we how are we going to get out of this? Or are we going to just let them take us to the sacrifice and try and work our way out of that
think-
situation?
Let me try something, perhaps.
Sure.
I'm going to pop my hand. I'm guessing this bucket next to me is full of water.
Yes. Well.
It's liquid.
And if not, does the drain have water that is visible?
No, not that's visible because it's quite dark.
Okay, so if I, a small pebble or something, if I pop that down the drain,
There's
do I hear a
definitely
sploosh?
Yes, you definitely hear a sploop.
Perfect. I'm just going to kind of like get close to the drain cover, and I'm just going to be like, Gator, if you can hear me, kind of need you. I know you don't come out this far, but it'd be really helpful if you could, because I believe we're going to be sacrificed to a being called Ethelyn. If you could get back to us, that'd be brilliant.
And we can play some more with her if she wants. When we are back.
The Colonel is here. He would really love to see you.
At this point, yes. Yes.
I'm just going to get back up off the floor.
And how long do we have to wait for an answer, Max?
If she hears when she's ready.
Oh, excellent.
It's
She's very, how can I say, moody being.
She didn't mean it, Gator. She didn't mean it.
Moods.
She just works to her own schedule.
I mean, if she wants to prove me wrong, she's free to come here and show me.
There
I'm-
is no answer from the drain.
I'm still gonna trying to open the lock, whatever way I have, like even by force, or try to. I don't have anything in my pockets, so there's not much I can try to do for the lock. But I have the necklace that I have, unless they took that away from me, and if they have, they will really die. But
How old does the padlock look?
Not too old. Like this prison cell, it has been well maintained. It is.
Is
Well,
there any...
now you know this is being used at least once a year, potentially, to retain someone in preparation for the ritual.
Is there any free metal here, like small, two small metal bars in specific, or
No.
something that can be used as that?
No. So the only things in here is the bed, and the bucket.
Wait, what's the bucket made
Does
of?
the bucket have, does the bucket have a metal handle that goes over the top of it, or is it just a
like the
wooden-
metal circle to keep all the wood together.
I mean,
that you
yeah, it would have the metal circle that keeps all the wood together.
I've seen tale of dampening a rag
Yeah.
And
'Cause
and
it doesn't take-
using wood to try and bend bars. Would that be
We can try.
something that could work here by any chance?
Would I know if that would work for my experience of steel work? Considering how deep these bars go.
I mean, it could potentially generate a lot of force.
We just need to bend the bars enough to be able to fit through.
Yeah.
And it's the 19th century. None of us are fat.
How wide? So the bars themselves, they're obviously thin gap between them. But how far would we have to bend them to be able to? If we thought we
A
might be able to
lot.
do this,
You'd
it's
have
gonna
to-
they're quite tight together. There's gonna be
Yeah,
a big
you're gonna
big
have
bend.
to bend them so that they're almost touching in order to probably get enough space. You may even need to do both sides to really get enough space to get
I mean,
through.
what do we have to? It's still.
We have naught but time.
Exactly. I
What
think.
about the padlock? We can put our hands. We can put our hands out to the padlock and examine it. And
Yeah, you can. The padlock is it's quite hefty.
what about if you think you can bend the bars?
Might be able to
the
squeeze
wood?
it apart.
Maybe could we not put something in the padlock to do the same thing and pop that apart?
It works
can
better
try to
if you
pull
do
it.
the opposite way on that.
I mean, you have to be able to.
Well, if
We
you've
can
got
try.
the padlock run like that, if you
Yeah.
put two I'm trying to think of the right words, ratchets in, not ratchets, monkey wrenches, you can pull them apart. This got to be the opposite force to break the seal at the top.
Okay.
If you do one, I'll do the other. Because we can use a bar and
So we'll try
try
and
and yeah, like and not an actual like using the prison bars to actually break the padlock open using the rag and wood technique.
work.
Yeah.
We can try and fashion something like that.
Because
Yeah.
we've got this raggy stuff on top of the
Mhm.
bed. None
And
of us are
pallet
exactly
is-
going to sleep.
Yeah. And the pallet is obviously for the wooden levers, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have a bucket of slop.
Let's try that.
Go on then.
Who
So
has
we'll
to do it?
tear a rag in two, dampen it up, break a couple of pieces of wood off the pallet, and attempt to squeeze the lock open.
Yeah.
Using opposing force, both myself and the Colonel.
And I am gonna help whenever I can.
Okay. Whichever one of you has the lowest. Sorry, not sorry. Whichever one of you has the lowest force.
Force or physique?
Force.
'Cause it's the sum anyway.
So
Because
whoever it is that is opening it, so it is just the two of you trying to pry it open.
Yeah.
So between you two, whoever has the lowest force needs to roll.
So it's force plus physique, isn't it? So
Yeah.
four dice.
I've got 3.
Oh, jeez.
oh wait, Chad, you can add a roll.
You can help. You can help
Yeah,
using
you
your
could
channel
use-
points
You could use the channel points to help if you so wished.
or hinder.
Or hit
Just
yourself
saying
by, taking
do
the dice
that.
away from the players. Alright, I'm ready for this
Right.
force roll.
Okay then. Oh, fuck this.
Oh,
Oh. Do we not both get to do it because we're both doing it?
No, because the weakest person is like the important contributor.
Yeah.
Since I see that it doesn't work, can I try to swap with one of them and
No,
try?
so it's one of those, like, you see the Colonel and Max, like, try and do it, and they're just like, no, this isn't gonna break.
How am I stronger than the colonel?
Because I'm a
Likewise.
ranged combatant.
The Colonel shoots
And I'm an old
people.
man.
What about heating it up? That's what I was thinking with the taking
Oh.
the lantern apart to just try and heat the lock up and see if we could then pop it open.
I have the fear that if we heat up the lock, we risk, bending it out of shape and then it doesn't open at all.
Mm.
I will say we can try to bend the metal bars away.
Give it a try.
I don't know whether the lantern would heat the metal bars up enough to be able to bend it though. It's more thought about the padlock might be made of slightly different materials or would heat one quicker than the other, so it might pop up. We might be able to pop it open.
Can I try to just hit the lock in any way I can to try to, force it open somehow?
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. This is quite a robust padlock on here.
Well,
I mean,
if you do it the right way, it's
this
not just
padlock is on
question.
here to keep you in here.
Okay, then I try to hit the bars in any way I can to try to bend them.
They're not gonna bend.
I mean,
either.
she's full on angry. She needs to hit something to.
Yeah. You're not gonna make much progress, but you will feel better.
Yes.
You hear the clanking sound again. And over in the corner, you see the light spill down on the ladder. 3 figures come down the ladder. Ooh. He says, and then has to very quickly rummage around. 3 figures come down the ladder
Who's she?
and begin to make their way towards you. You recognize 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is Camilla,
Yeah.
Dockmaster, and the other one is the co-owner of the Mermaid, the woman who works in the kitchen.
Ah.
And they've just brought some big burly muscle with them.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big buff dock worker. Camilla stands in front of you all and says, I apologise that these lodgings aren't as good as what you've had previously, but they'll do.
Can we please cut the bullshit? At least, these fake niceties. It's not doing anything for anybody. So, yeah.
This nicety isn't fake.
Oh, yes, it is. The fact that you don't know, it's even worse, dear.
It's hardly fake. I am being nice to you because I want to be nice to you.
You could let
Yeah,
us go.
that would be nice.
Now, yes, that's right, we could let you go, but then... I hear you've been told of our little annual festivity.
It's called murder.
No, actually it's not.
Any action that brings the death of somebody else, even if not at your hand, makes you an accomplice in murder that is actually being the same guiltness as, the murderer.
Nobody has died so far.
Oh, what about the sacrifices? Do you think that they are alive and well?
Yes. Why wouldn't they be?
What made you say that?
He said they live eternally in her palace.
The one that's floating above the waves currently.
Yes, exactly. What did you think
So-
we
Have
were
you-
going to do? We're not barbarians. We're not going to drag you to some altar and cut out your heart or anything unseemly like that. We're just going to gift you to Ethlyn.
So do we
Oh.
get to go to the wreck?
Well, yes, I would imagine so.
Is that where you're going to take us? Is the wreck?
No. We have a good handover spot that we've used for some time. I believe you visited the bay.
Is it the small stone tablet in the water?
Yes. We place our offerings there. Ethlyn comes up and takes them.
And how do you know your offerings are living happily in the palace?
Well, I don't know for certain because I've never been there.
Do you want to go and see and then report back to us?
I've got a better idea. Why don't you go and see? And then you won't even need to report back to us. You can just go find out for yourself.
Could you let us know how the dog is, please? As I hear she is in your care.
No, not my care. I'm not a dog person. I work too much. It would be unkind. The seamstress, on the other hand, she's always wanted a dog, so we'll reclaim her. She'll have a lovely life. Up on the hill, lots of walks, running around, lots of sleeping underneath the sewing machine table.
Oh yeah, that's totally scary. Totally.
A dog can be trained.
Oh yeah, she already is, don't worry.
But to answer your question, I don't know for certain. But the whole reason that we've been doing this all this time is because, well,
You're greedy as fuck?
no.
I think I swore more today than any other day of this week.
I know, right?
Because Ethlyn is lonely and wishes for her palace to be filled with those who adore and love her.
But
So
we
help
don't.
her.
But if we don't know that, if we don't know her, and if we certainly don't adore her, don't you think that actually defeats the purpose?
Wouldn't it be better for us to visit the palace first and speak to Ethlyn
We're gonna visit the palace, alright?
rather than going to the spot where you normally go? Maybe we could go and see her in her palace. There's a reason why the palace has arisen from the waves.
Yes, you are correct. There is a reason the palace has arisen, and that is because we're late on our debt that we really need to pay. That's why I've come down here, because I wanted to talk to you about the debt that we need to pay.
Okay, what is this debt?
Well, you, obviously.
You're
Well,
using us.
plus interest.
How close is she to the bars?
They're nowhere near close enough for you to reach them. They know what they're doing.
I had this feeling just
Now, on the subject of paying this debt, as I said, well, one of you is the debt and the rest are interest. We're late. Which we haven't been
Until a month ago?
ever, really. Yes. We've never really been late. We want to apologise for that. So, I've just got some questions, really. Now that you're aware of the situation, I'm about to just add some really important details.
Some seasoning.
Some really important details. Murder.
Murder.
Murder. A huge proportion of us in this town have lived longer than we should have done, by the grace of Ethlyn. She keeps us alive because we pay the debt every year. If we fail to pay that debt, then she will cease to keep us alive.
Fair?
Mm-hmm.
So now that you're aware that the lives of almost every soul in this town now rest at your feet, and failure for you to comply and work with us will result in the deaths of many, many of us.
Yep.
Yes.
Then
Will you comply and come quietly, or
No.
are you going to cause a scene?
Yes.
I feel that to be truly honest with that question is so that you're aware, the four of us are under investigation from a secret society currently who are investigating a murder that we are involved in. They know that we are here because we had to give a forwarding address to come find us, but this secret organization is not the
They're not us.
best. We have also had dealings with creatures such as everyone before. One of which I personally believe is hunting me. It sank my ship a few years ago, and I was the sole survivor. A huge creature. I feel I should be making you aware of this before you choose to put us in a place where we will live forever. If this creature then comes and kills Evelyn, where does that leave you?
I'm very sorry to hear of how challenging and difficult your lives would be. I would imagine that this would just make you... Well, we're offering you a new start, a fresh one, a new opportunity to put all of this darkness of your lives behind you and move into a
I
new
understand, and actually, in
kind
some
of-
respects, that would make it easier for me.
It would,
But
for all of you, I think. We could
no.
help you escape being hunted by the secret society. We would help you escape the charges of murder that are apparently upon you, and you called us murderer. Quite rude, really.
Yes, but we enjoy it.
Yes.
Also-
no, what I'm referring to
And-
is the creature that destroyed a vessel, leaving me the only survivor. A creature that was
But that will be no
A lot
concern
larger.
of Eastland's. She
Have
is
you
one
heard
of
of
the
Lev-
empresses of the sea. All the creatures that reside under its waves do her bidding,
including
all of them.
Leviathans?
including Leviathans. We were very successful in the war. We sunk a lot of ships. We were very effective.
Hold. Are you saying that you sunk or chose to sink certain vessels
Ooh.
along this coast?
Ooh.
We had to protect the town and the people who live here.
And
Anyone
you have the
who's posed-
fucking gall to call us murderers when you have killed innocent sailors on the sea.
It's not murder when it's war.
But they were transporting goods, same as you. So if one of your ships goes down, that's murder. But when one of my ships goes down, that's just the consequences of war.
Yes,
No.
that sounds about right.
To
Although
answer
I
your
will
question,
clarify, we only sunk ships that threatened the town.
to answer your question as to whether or not we are going to go quietly or be responsible for the deaths of everybody in the town, I think you know the answer is no. We will not be going quietly, and you can all rot.
Yeah.
It already sounds like you've lived far too many lives already. So as far
Precisely.
as I'm concerned, you're
Also-
already dead.
Yeah. Also, when you say that it's the good of everybody in town, to quote a certain Captain James Tiberius Kirk, the need of the one in this case outweigh the needs of the many. So, yeah, F you and all of your people.
James Tiberius Kirk.
He's still a captain.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. I am a
How was
little
that?
disappointed, though.
Hmm.
It's always so difficult when our honoured guests make things so challenging. Well, I just thought I would ask so that we could make sure that we set the record straight. You voted for scene. Okay. We can do that. You just stay here for a little longer. And then, when the time is right, we'll head out to the bay. And then we will gift you to Ethelyn. And you can go and live in her palace beneath the waves for all eternity, filled with joy. And we can continue our lives as we have done for hundreds of years. It's as simple as that.
Can you at least be truthful in what you're saying and not call us a gift but a sacrifice? Just, for the pure,
Set the
what's
record
the-
straight.
Yeah, exactly. Since you're all here for the truth.
What is the definition of sacrifice? Let me tell you. It's when you give up something valued for the sake of other considerations. For example, our honoured guests chose our wonderful town as a place to visit, who have been so kind and visited so many places and spoken so kindly of us. But we will give you up because we have other considerations, like the lives and the well-being of everyone that lives here.
So you're saying that you are sacrificing us?
Yes.
Yeah, so,
We
use the
are
word.
giving something valued and cherished to someone else, like a gift.
You do know that you're not valuing us because you barely know us, so you're just using whatever's convenient to you. So technically, you're not respecting the whole sentence, that you're trying to sell us. Even your own word don't match what you're trying to do. So at least, please, again,
Oh my
stop me
dear,
with the fake niceties.
dear.
Colonel has just sat down in the corner, and just slumped down. And he'd go, "Can I at least have a cigar?"
Yes, I believe a last meal would be in effect.
Yes, absolutely. We will, of course, bring you a meal. We will bring you everything you need to be comfortable.
Can I at least say goodbye to Skadi?
You will have the opportunity, of course. Scotty will be there.
Thank you.
And my
Much
dear,
appreciated.
I know that your life must have been really hard. From what you have said, it sounds very challenging indeed. Trust me. We chose you. All four of you. You are special to us. We could have chosen anyone from any ship, but we chose you. Because there is something special about each one of you.
Does the GMs mean?
There's something so special about each one of you that we just know that Ethelyn will love you as gifts.
I cannot wait to cut that. Nope, I'm not finishing that sentence, but
I know things seem scary right now. But I promise you, when that time comes for you to go and start your new life in Ethelin's palace, you will be overcome with joy and love the likes you have never known. I've seen and given 300 gifts in my life, and every single one of them was the embodiment of love and joy when they joined Ethelyn.
Yeah, I think at the moment I'm pretty set on being spiked.
You can be whatever you want to be, dear.
Thank you.
Seems very odd to me that if you see it as such an honour, that you're not willing anyone within the town should be desperate to stand forward to go to Ethelyn and be in her palace for the betterment of the rest of the town. I just find it very, very selfish on your part that you have to draw in others, and those that live here and enjoy it and have enjoyed it for so long are not willing to put themselves forward to move on to this better place.
You've caught us. You've caught us red-handed with the real darkness in the town. You see, we're all very selfish. We have lived here for so long. We don't want to let go of one another. We are selfish, you are right. In that none of us are willing to let go of our possessions and the love we have for one another and go and join Ethelyn. We are very selfish indeed. But
Until you bring our meal.
yes, I was about to say, we can't stand here and chinwag all evening. We need to get you some food and some creature comforts. We want you in the best of moods when we bequeath you to our Empress of the Sea. We'll bring food and drinks down. What would you like? Because water just won't cut it. I mean, I'm assuming that you would like brandy for the Colonel. Brandy and cigar?
And a T-bone steak.
With steak knife.
Well, we'll do our best. I don't know if we're going to have T-bone steak, but the kitchen have been cooking up a feast.
Just bring us the best of your menu.
Mm-mm.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard. Anything off the menu is the best. But we'll do so, and we'll bring drinks as well, and that cigar for you, Colonel. Right. And maybe some blankets. It's a bit chilly down here, don't you think?
A packet of cigarettes would not go amiss.
Right. Well, do allow us some time. We'll pull those creature comforts together for you and we'll be right back. She spins and leads her entourage back towards the ladder, and they climb up said ladder one at a time.
When we are out of here,
And then you
please
hear the door slam, like the trap door slams shut.
He is the first to die.
Yeah.
Maybe if we
Rather
can
see
talk.
her suffer.
Also,
If we talk, we could always try and talk to Ethelyn, and just get her to take them all at once, or one at a time, but immediately, so they get to watch each other disappear, not knowing who's next.
have we seen children in town?
Yes.
Mm. Max doesn't have
Families, like
children.
the whole town is filled with families.
I really don't want to, sacrifice children when they're just guilty of their nothing, because they're not guilty of their parents' crimes.
But are they children?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna.
Are they
or
children
they-
that were here when this all started, or are they children that have?
I don't know if they're new children.
Yeah.
Exactly, because if they're even like if they've been around for a couple of these, because this happens every year, they are completely complicit.
They,
Completely
I
complicit.
don't know if children can be aware. Depends on, if they're still children, they may not be aware, or at least not understand the consequences.
I'm in the mood for murder.
Well, they totally are. But yeah, I am too at this point, and somebody really, really dying slowly for once. No shot to the head.
I'm beginning to see a very different size to you, Helstrid.
When Vaesen
took
takes
my
a
dog.
turn.
They took my dog. That's the one thing you don't do.
I'm going to be late to pick up my cloak.
Oh, don't worry, Scotty will look after it. Apparently they're in the same place.
I just love that random realize I'm going to be late to pick up my shopping. Because I'm being sacrificed at a pagan altar to some mythical being known as the Empress of the Sea. I'm going to be late to pick up my shopping.
They have been so far removed from what they're actually doing that they don't know even realizing that is wrong anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No.
When I was reading about sea creatures, back at the hall in the mountain, did I read anything about her?
No, you don't recognise the name Ethlin, but you do recognise the name Empress of the Sea.
What do I know of it?
They're mermaids.
The nightmare is going to come true.
Yeah.
Do they have power over leviathans, as the
They
people
sure
said?
do. Mermaids have power over all the creatures that reside under the waves.
Perhaps it was Ethlin that was always after you, Colonel.
If you didn't get me then, she will not get me now.
No, she won't.
From what we know, or what the Colonel might know about mermaids, are they charming the people of the village or the town? So, do they? From what we know, do we know that they wouldn't really know what they're doing or have been doing? If that makes any sense.
One of the things that always features in any story about mermaids is the song of the mermaid kind of enthralling people to do the mermaid's bidding, which is very often to jump into the water and join them. But there are many stories where mermaid songs have led people to do things outside their control. So, to answer your question, Morton, yes, the entire town could be completely under the control of this mermaid.
Okay.
So they could
'Cause we heard-
actually all be completely innocent and under her thrall entirely.
Damn it. No murder.
So
Maybe
Or
one
they
murder.
might actually not be at all.
Maybe 2 murders. Yeah, we'll get rid of the barkeep as well, because he's
Yes.
the one that spiked our drinks. Poor
we heard
service.
that song, didn't we? One of the songs in
Yeah.
and that talked about the changing tides and listening to the guidance of the woman from the deep.
Yeah.
When you realise that in episode
Also-
2, the DM gives you loads of hints and clues.
When you realised in episode 1, you stayed in the Mermaid Inn.
Oh no, we got that.
Oh yeah. But the mermaid theme, we got that clue back at the
It is called foreshadowing, and it is a powerful storyteller tool. Gaze upon its effectiveness.
We kinda knew we were involved with mermaids after that dream nightmare that we were hearing the song. Mermaids are known for the songs. I think nobody here is surprised that the mermaids are involved.
Not at all.
I don't think it's worth us eating the food and the creature comforts that come.
No, I would agree.
Most probably going to be laced with the same sedative that we had in our drinks.
Also, when they come close bringing us the food, at least one of them slammed against the bars is something I really would like to try to do, because they seriously piss me off.
Let's just hope they don't slide it.
We will have to
Cigar?
wait. We'll need to have to wait and see.
Of course. We can still try to get out of here, though. I think we should at least try again to try to force either the hinges off or the padlock or something, because I would really like to have a choice.
There was barrels down here, wasn't there?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like you're in
About
like
alcohol.
the cellar of the Mermaid.
Okay.
Because it's barrels, like beer, all the beer barrels on their racks in the cellar.
Bjorn's having an idea. Before he jumps up out of his seat, he's going to try and work it all out. If I was to set light to one of the blankets and tie it around one of the bits of pallet, and then spear it underneath one of the barrels to set it alight, to set the mermaid alight.
I
The
like
problem
this.
that you would have is beer isn't flammable.
No.
So the moment that the barrel gave way, you would get
It would go out.
gallons of beer would just put the fire out.
Yeah, because there's not enough alcohol contents in there.
Yeah.
I like your thinking though.
You hear a clanking sound.
Is there a container of anything that looks like flour? Because that's pretty flammable.
That's pretty flammable.
That's explosive, actually.
It is explosive. There is a clanking sound. And a figure comes down the ladder. They are a hooded figure. They have, in the crook of their elbow, they have like a basket, like a trug. And they come down the ladder and they walk over towards you. They are carrying on their elbow, they've got this trug, like a basket, and in their hand a candle, but their face is covered with this hood that is over the top of them. It looks like the woman who co-owns the inn, because she often has like a hood up. And the figure comes, walks right up close to the bars.
Can we see the face?
No, it's sort of hidden by they've got a shadow over their face, like me, like this.
Can we help you?
And they've got the trug. They come right up to Elstrid, who is on the other side of the like where you're standing. They are.
Yeah.
They are not only within arm's reach, but they're well in your grabbing range.
Yeah.
They kind of hurry over towards the bars, and as they get to the bars, and as you begin to speak, they kind of reach into the basket as if they're going to start like handing you the stuff that you've asked for.
Okay. She has her hands busy. I'm gonna grab her through the bars.
As You lunge forward and grab hold of the owner of the bar.
Yeah.
Her hood falls back, and it is not the owner of the bar at all. It is Kato. And he kind of gasps as you grab hold of him and you pull him up against the bars. And he lets out a little, like...
Oh, no.
He lets out, like, a little yelp in surprise.
I totally went to try to close their mouth because I knew even if it was the woman that she was going to shriek, so...
And there's that little muffled yelp in the room. Kato's eyes go wide.
What? Are you here to help us? Know that there is a correct...
There's a nod.
Okay, and I'm gonna let go.
The candle is now on the floor. Still burning, but it's on the floor. And Kato just kind of goes, like, he brings a finger up and points to the ears and back towards the ladder.
Okay.
And then begins handing things out of the basket. There's a cigar. There's a little bottle of brandy. There's like they haven't put the food in plates. They've put them in like little baskets. You know, like when you go camping and you have like a camping
wrapped in tin foil kind of crap.
No, it's camping, like you get it's like a metal tray.
Not plates.
It's not a plate, it's like a little metal tray and you can use
nothing that you can break.
It's given to you in little tiny saucepans, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like starts handing out the food and stuff. And it's like, and sort of motions with the hand of like
what?
Like we can't see you.
Yeah, we can't see.
Can't see me. Yeah, I forget you can't see me. He kind of does gestures for you to talk as he's handing you things.
This isn't the steak I asked for.
And that's it. There's nodding, like Kato's nodding, and like points at his ears and back at the ladder.
Did you bring me the cigarettes?
Cigars?
Hands out all of these things, leans really close to you, Elstrad, and says,
Yep.
and whispers, "Don't eat the food."
Don't worry.
I don't believe this is one of your cigars, Colonel. I don't believe they've brought down any of the things we actually asked for at all.
Doesn't look like the top things off the menu. Certainly they wouldn't be served like this.
Can you get us the key?
Kato looks at you, reaches back into the basket, and hands you over 2 thin metal sticks.
Yeah,
One of them has got like a little hook on the end,
Yeah.
and another is just flat.
Don't get me wrong, Sarah is possibly more proficient than Elstrad with that.
I believe that like the Dark Horse Morton is going to be like a master thief and lockpicker.
What are you saying?
and then Kato just whispers, wait. There will be less people upstairs in about an hour. And then
How is your brandy, Colonel? Is it
his
very good at
hood-
all?
He puts his hood back up
Yeah.
and
Bottom
begins to leave again back inside. He has obviously snuck in, stole and borrowed the barkeep's like coat, so that he looks like her.
I just like quickly try to grab him, but just slowly,
Yeah.
you know.
And he turns back to look at you.
We're gonna need our weapons.
Upstairs.
Okay.
And he makes his way back to the ladder, climbs the ladder, and disappears.
I cast the two metal sticks to, yes, towards Morton.
I imagine you just hold them up, like...
Does anybody know how to use these things?
I mean, again, are you asking Sarah or are you asking us?
No.
I love that Morton's like, no idea.
No.
I've never needed to break
Not
into
ever.
anywhere, ever.
Not at all.
Never, not once. Why would I have that as a skill?
Yeah, why would I? Yeah, why would I? I don't understand it. I'm a servant. I would never have had to break into anything.
We're missing the
So
background.
Elstrid, you turn around and hold these two sticks up.
Yeah.
Does anyone?
Anyone want to go?
There isn't a sleight of hand, is there? Or a
I
lockpick
was thinking
tool?
the same. What is the thieves do? Click.
There isn't, because this is Vasen's very rules light. So if you have if you sort of have a skill.
You have a skill.
Oh, you assume you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, of course, you're probably right.
Definitely. There is definitely someone in there who knows how to use them.
Yeah. Well, Morton will say, I'm sure I can give it to go if no one else would. No one else is.
I mean, if you want to...
No, I'm completely kidding.
I love that.
Well,
Anyone gonna help? And
surprised maybe.
eventually Morton's like, I'll give it a bash.
I'll give it a bat. Yeah, I can't be that hard, can it? Really?
The more you talk, the more like,
Uh-huh.
Well, aren't you full of surprises, old bean?
He hasn't opened the door yet.
And I'll reach through and have a little go.
Wait. He said to wait.
Oh, to wait. Yeah.
He said to wait because there's
But there's no harm in opening it.
No.
If they
just
count
don't-
down to
just
get
don't
the
leave
place
yet.
back, they will see the padlock open.
We
What
could
if-
always hide down here in the dark.
Then more people will be upstairs.
Ugh.
Best to wait that hour.
I think we need to just wait.
Okay, let's hold off.
I mean, only if everybody agrees. I'm not.
I'm
commanding them.
kind of, if we're going to unlock it, I think maybe sooner rather than later, in case somebody does come down.
Okay, I would say
At least
If
if we
we
unlock
open
it, we can
this-
wait inside. And we
If
know we
we-
can do it.
if we open the thing and then we hear anybody come down, either we rush towards them or we switch off the lights.
Has somebody been eating their carrots in order to be able to see in the dark?
I have dark vision. No,
Be the first character with dark vision you've created.
Well, you don't know that at least one of us is half Vaesen at this point.
All of you watch in interest as Morton, who has given this little "how hard can it be, I'll give it a bash" speech, walks over to the padlock, draws up his sleeves, and immediately slots the two metal pieces straight into the padlock in the right orientation, the right way round, and immediately begins working on the padlock. And
I
can
thought you were
just
going to
hear-
say like he's pulling up his sleeves, then you see a prison tattoo or something.
A prison tattoo! No, there's no prison tattoo.
No
The
prison
little
tattoo.
doves. Yeah.
Begins
No.
slowly, and you can hear like the sort of the gentle clicking sound of these two metal tools working.
I'm sure this must come in handy when people forget their keys to their jewelry boxes.
Right.
I'm going to be focused and carry on what I'm doing. Not responding in any way.
Don't get me wrong, I
I'm
haven't.
pretend like I'm really concentrating and making it look harder than it actually is.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know how much we've met Quentin at this point, but he looks like somebody who locks himself out of.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Quentin.
That's so. That is
Brilliant.
it. That is the truth. 100%. This is where this skill came from.
I so wish I could have had that. I could have said that. I say I've got Quentin has looked himself up so many times.
Morton, give me a manipulation roll. I'm really intrigued to see how well you can pull off this struggle bug routine.
Seriously?
Where are these rolls coming from?
All right, so
Have you failed anything tonight?
I don't think I have failed anything tonight. No.
So for the rest of you, Morton, like it takes a while, and Morton does seem very much like he is kind of struggling to get this to work. Like, you know, picking locks is actually really hard, and Morton is making it look like this is really, really difficult. Like, really, really difficult. Even to the point where Morton's exclamation of surprise when the lock does open is so convincing. Even Morton is a little surprised that he's managed to open the lock. Morton, you know for a fact that should you have to lock this padlock again, I don't know, say someone comes down and you guys decide to lock the padlock again to conceal it, this lock's a trifle. This padlock's easy to open. The only reason it's taking you so long is because you've turned this into a show and dance to make it look like it's difficult, but with your skills, this is easy. This is a child's play padlock.
I have a very specific set of skills. We are on that path.
Morton does have a very specific set of skills.
So does indeed.
Morton, Liam Neeson, Thursby.
How did you not know my alias?
The padlock is unlocked.
Oh no! Oh look! It's come undone. Are we staying here until a little bit longer?
Just for a moment. We can still. I believe we would still be able to hear the movement of footsteps even on the stone floor above.
It's very quiet down here.
Mm.
You tend to only hear people approach when you hear like the rattling of. You've now worked out it's a trapdoor.
Yeah.
You hear the rattling of the trapdoor.
I think Morton would probably stay quite close to the door where the padlock is, like almost leaning against where that door is, so he could easily click it closed if anyone did happen to come down before we decide to make our move.
Yeah, feel free to stand closer to the
Yeah.
thing.
Max has gone to bed.
And then just wait it out, really, I think.
So you wait the rest of. You do your best estimate for when you think an hour has passed.
199 green bottles on the wall.
No one else comes down in that time at all. You are left completely to your own devices. And you believe an hour has passed.
I think it's now time to leave.
Yep.
I think so. Are we bring the lantern? We'll need some kind of light as we travel across the floor here.
I shall bring it halfway so that it doesn't illuminate the trapdoor.
That is
I
most
suggest we
sensible idea.
extinguish it when we can.
I'm
Tim, I
assuming
can't
that
grab the lantern.
Oh,
Thanks.
Then we'll carefully open the door as quietly as possible.
we can pour some oil just on the hinge just to be
Yeah.
sure it doesn't squeak.
okay. The door opens.
Move quietly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, lantern. I think you need to go first.
Is there anything I'd kind of like to just have a little look round down here before we move on?
Should we head down the middle?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Please make sure that you stay within the light.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I've grabbed the lantern now. Oh, bugger.
It's chaos. It's just chaos. Half the fun of playing on the VTT is watching people struggling with tokens and things.
Is there anything that looks like could be useful as a weapon?
No, not really.
Not even, parts of a open wooden box, like
Would
any
any-
piece of the pallet that we left in
Yeah, you
the.
could probably get like a piece of wood that you could use
Yeah.
to hit someone with.
Would
Yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
like a bottle of wine before we leave?
If I can crush on somebody's head, maybe.
Feel free.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna
it
say.
might make a lot of noise.
Is there any other spirits down here?
Yeah, there's all sorts of things down here.
Oh,
It's not
Colonel,
just
here's
wine.
the good brandy.
I was
Do
thinking
you
more
see anything
vodka,
that looks
more
like?
a cocktail.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, you probably could easily find spirits down here. I mean, you now that you've seen the beer and the wine bottles and all the other, you realise you are almost certainly in the cellar of the Mermaid.
We might need to make it a quiet escape rather than set the place ablaze.
Oh,
I
I'm
think-
thinking
Did you
distraction.
go?
Once we are out, the whole village will be after us, or will at least, if they see us, will be against us. If we can cause a distraction by either setting a boat alight or even the dockhouse alight, we can then leave, and while the town is dealing with that, we are making our getaway.
Yeah, we need to try to find Cato.
He'll
Hopefully
probably
he
be at
won't
the
be.
temple.
Mm-mm.
If he's not waiting for us outside, he probably will be at the temple. Yeah, I agree.
But we need Skadi
Yes.
and my cloak.
Is it wise? Would it be wise to go back to the seamstress?
I'm not.
Knowing the
can
town.
leave. You can leave. I am gonna go get my dog.
It's fine. We'll shoot the seamstress, and then we can
Yes.
take Skadi.
Oh, I can do more than shoot her.
She might have been nice to the dog. She might have fixed my cloak.
That will help the decision. But yeah, I need to get my hands on somebody. I'm pretty pissed off right now.
Please feel free to grab what you need, and then I'll leave the lantern on this crate.
I think at the moment I'm fine with my nice wooden stick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go recover the bottles of strong spirits.
Okay.
Morton's not taking anything.
Gonna pop the lantern just there, so it's kind of so we can see the ladder.
Yeah.
Who is going to go up the ladder first?
Who is the most deathly, deadly, quiet, deadly, assassin-like Morton.
Morton's quite a big chap. He's not what you looking at him. You wouldn't think that he was particularly light on his feet.
Ah, fair.
I mean, I guess that's more me.
You are the one that's armed.
Yeah, and I also have close combat training.
Ah, fair.
Well,
So have I, but
yeah,
I
so have
think
I.
stealth, so that'd be 6 dice for me.
For close combat.
For stealth,
For stealth.
yeah, mine would be
Stealth is 1.
not.
I have 6 as well.
Yeah, I have 2.
Elf is 4. After you, Elstrad.
Where is the lad?
Over here, my love.
Yeah, there.
If I bring the lantern, it's just there.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm literally right behind you.
I'm gonna
go
go
quiet.
in the middle.
I'll be at the
Oh,
rear. I
hello.
suppose.
We've got half a GM at the moment.
Okay. Else should you begin to climb the ladder,
Yep.
and you
locked.
find the trapdoor above you.
Mm-hmm.
Very gently begin to push the trapdoor open and try to peer through the gap to see the room beyond.
Yeah.
And what you see, we'll have to wait till next week.
Oh, piss off!
As it is 11 o'clock, and that is when we try to finish our stream. And that's the perfect cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So I'm guessing that next week is potentially
The
the
last.
ending.
Well, it does depend what happens.
That's why I said potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially.
It really depends what happens next week and where you guys go and what you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you guys decide that you're going to turn tail and run, then yeah, it might be the end next week. If you guys decide that you're going to go on some sort of
Murder hobos.
alternative route, then it might not be. But we will wait and see. Huge thank you to our incredible players this evening for bringing their characters to life and allowing us to kind of have these quite dramatic plot twists and revelations, and to be so good at playing along and role-playing some of these really intriguing encounters with the slightly crazy townsfolk. So huge thank you to our incredible players. We're going to go round the list. Who are you? Who did you play? Where can we find you? What do you want to say? I don't remember what order anyone's in. Colonel, you're in the top corner. Why don't we start with you?
Yeah, so hi, I'm Jack. I'm playing Lieutenant Colonel Bartholomew Seaton. Yeah, just a massive thank you to you, Loki, of course, for setting all this up and doing such an amazing job of keeping us completely in the dark about what's going on with this. And us almost getting completely wrong end of the stick.
I've really enjoyed leading you down the path of investigate this missing person. And you're all like, yay, la 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 la, playing Cluedo, while I'm over here, like, setting you up to be sacrificed.
Mm-hmm.
We noticed.
Amazing. So well done. But yeah, I'm on Instagram, but I don't really post much on there. But yeah, that's me.
Max.
Hi, I'm Mikey. I've been playing Maximilian Feuerbach. I'm also known as Mutinous_Mikey. I am a mod for the channel, and you can find me on Twitch, where I stream once or twice a week, video games and such like. I'm also on Twitter and on Instagram as well, and TikTok. Thank you very much, Amino Acid Rain. And also a massive thank you to Luke and everybody else as well.
Look at me being the
Oh,
GM.
look at you.
Actually doing shout outs in my own Twitch channel.
You actually know how to do a shout out now. This is good.
Oh, dearie me. Morton, you know the drill.
Yeah, I'm Gus. I play Morton Thorsby, the servant, and yeah, thank you everybody for. Thank you everyone to come and watch the stream, and thank you for Luke for setting this all up. It's great, always great fun to turn up on a Sunday evening. You can find me on Instagram if you want to. I'm Grumpy Gus, but I don't really post very much other than to sort of like this channel really at the minute. So, but yeah, it's thoroughly enjoyable. I enjoy it every week. It's great. So, thank you everyone for turning up.
By the time we get to episode 6, Gus may have started posting more on Instagram.
No, unlikely, very unlikely.
No, MySpace though, maybe.
Yeah,
MySpace.
definitely MySpace. Well, you're on MySpace and it's just covered with content. You just go and have a look.
Elstrid.
Well, I am Sarah and I play Astrid. I am mostly here, and again, as well, I have an Instagram and I post rarely, sometimes something, as I'm a cosplayer, so there's some cosplaying stuff that goes on over there.
I love that. I'm a
I was about to say,
cosplayer. Just
I
drop
was
that
about
to say,
out
amazing.
real casual.
Just casually, you did an
Incredible
amazing job of your
cosplayer.
cosplaying.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Thank you. It was also my first time trying to get a wig actually get bigger, because again, I have a big size head and wigs are not for my size. So
Weird
the first time,
things cosplayers learn to do.
I mean,
learn
first
to
time
do?
ever sewing something, and I decided to sew a wig.
Mad.
Easy, right?
Mad.
But that's it.
Mad.
You can find me on Instagram as Spikia, Spikkia.
A huge thank you to our players yet again. We're going to say goodbye. We're going to wave and say goodbye as we move over to our little credit roll. Yeah, and here we go. Over to the credits. There's going to be, no, this side. There's going to be a whole host of contributors and our acknowledgements to them scrolling up here. So for all the things that you have seen this evening, please check out all these amazing contributors. They're the people that really let us do all of these incredible things and tell our ridiculous stories. While these things scroll up and you can see that information, I'm just going to give you some really exciting headlines and things for us. As we mentioned earlier, it's possible that next week will be the last episode for Chapter 3. Afterwards, we will be going into our Chapter 4, which will be very exciting. When we begin our Chapter 4, we are going to start our big giveaway for our for reaching affiliate on Twitch. So we will start the big giveaway. We will start the raffle on the first episode of Chapter 4, which may be in 2 weeks. Tune in next week and you'll find out, really, whether or not we reach the end of Chapter 3 or not. But Chapter 4 will be the beginning of our big affiliate giveaway. We've got some exciting giveaways from Johan Egerkrans, and here is the really exciting news. We will also be giving away, in our big affiliate giveaway, our first merch. That's right, everyone. We have got some society merch coming, and we will be dishing some of that out in our big affiliate giveaway, which will be starting in a couple of weeks. So do tune in next week for more information on when we will be starting that giveaway. I really hope that you have enjoyed yourselves this evening for our fun and frolics in the society RPG that we are running. It is a Vaesen RPG campaign, and you can see the details for that in the credits just over here. My last big thank you is going to be to all of you who tuned in this evening. Really, we do this because we love it and we have a ridiculous amount of fun. But the reason that we stream it on Twitch is to be able to share all of these ridiculous stories with you, our audience. So a huge thank you to all of you who tuned in this evening, who tune in every week. We absolutely love you, and we do all of this, we do all of this to share our stories with you. So thank you. You really do make all of this worthwhile and possible. Now, we've done the credits. We're just going to quickly head over to my lovely place while we get ready to raid you out. Now, I'm going to do my normal little spiel that I do at the end of every one of these sessions, where I listen to the voices in my head like some sort of medium, and we do our raid. So, /raid, and I will listen into those voices who will guide me on where we are going. Yeah, did that bit. Space. B. D. Oh, Delta. I can't repeat what the voices are saying to me, so we're just going to go with O. R for Romeo. K for Kilo. T for Tango. Alpha. Oh my god. Lima. Echo. Sierra. Okay, we are heading over to the fabulous people at Dork Tales. Voices. Oh, nice. They are playing Valor. Let's head on over. Are we ready? I'm just going to say a huge thank you to absolutely everyone who came along this evening, and we really hope that we will see you next week. I have hit the raid to head over to Dork Tales. Huge thank you, huge love to all of you. Have an amazing week, and we will see you all next week for episode 5 of Chapter 3.